See the climb? It pulls the eye from here. It looks as if you're going to die halfway up there. It's not like that, I promise you. It's nothing like that. But you can judge the climb as you're climbing. If you don't want to go any further, don't. Break off, enjoy the place. Back on the coach before 3:45. Are we good to go?
Yes.
Follow me. There's a very nice church if you want to visit later on your own. Just over here to the left. It was built in 1301, 1302, dedicated to the Virgin, right? The Dormition or the Assumption of the Virgin. Beautiful frescoes within. Once within, no photos, and there's also a €2 entrance fee. All right.
So we are in the village of Lindos on the island of Rhodes in Greece. We are walking these narrow passageways through the village so we can climb to the Acropolis way up top.
Yeah, and we got a break in the weather. When we got off the ship and got on the bus, it was raining and real overcasty, but got a break in the weather. The sun is out. It's very, very windy.
Yes. So that's why we weren't able to record anything as soon as we got off the ship, because it was raining, like really, really raining. So this is the first time we've got the cameras out. We are climbing. They said it looks like we think we might die by the time we get to the top, but I think we can make it.
It's very deceiving. It's not that. It's not that bad. Said you're not going to be on all fours scratching and clawing to get to the top of it, but we're definitely not going to pass up the opportunity to go up there and see that view.
Heck no. And the cobblestones are slippery because they're wet. So
extremely
this
slippery.
is what we're walking on.
Actually, while she's making sure she don't fall.
Yeah. This is one of those climbs that you don't get in a hurry. You walk very slowly. You take your time. Whew. Gotta slow down a little bit myself. Look at these were all hand-laid cobblestones. How amazing is that? They didn't just throw rocks out here. Look how they're perfectly lined up. And they're bordered in black. This took some serious work.
They're all perfectly level.
Wow.
The way they do it is they plant them. Take a nice big plank of wood and they just everything is level and they carry on, yeah. Okay, now this is the halfway point to the Acropolis. At this point on your way down, the path will branch off left and right. You can see a sign behind us against the wall to the square both directions. Extra caution on your way down. It's more slippery on the way down. Extra caution, please. We'll carry on.
Hello, kitties. Hello, kitty cats. Oh, hi, kitty. I like it better when it's like the solid ramp area instead of the stairs. It's a little easier. You will get a workout if you come here. We're heading up to the Acropolis of Lindos. Wow.
I have spoken the truth, haven't I?
You have spoken the truth again.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. It's a well. Look. This is a 14th century Acropolis. Unbelievably beautiful. What do you think?
Well,
Yeah.
Can't see the bottom of it.
Straight down.
Oh, what do I think? I think it's absolutely incredible. I mean, I can't wait to get up there. Look, it's got windows, actual windows in it.
Yeah, we're not even near the top yet. We've still got a ways to go. There's a ship carved right into the rock.
The reason why the lineage bordered carving was shown in 4th century BC, another edition. This H that you see right in front of a temple, looking somewhat like an H. This structure in Greek and all languages is known as the propylaea, a very fancy word which simply means gates, entrance, foyer. That's all the word means. The Acropolis, my dear friends, was the place of worship, people in large numbers as we are now. They climbed up here to worship a god, in this case a goddess. Everyone had to be freshly bathed, just in white gowns. Just picture, just imagine, every last man, woman, child appeared, big, small and tiny, in white, everyone. One line going up, single file, one line going up, with a votive offering in hand, everything from gold to grey.
The earliest structures are from 6th century BC. The highest Acropolis was built for the goddess Athena. Then they started building onto it. So there's structures from the 4th century, from the 2nd century BC, and then, you know, on and on and on. So he said there are 3 different cultures, 3 different time frames, all that built here, and none of them are connected. They have nothing to do with each other. So what I'm fixing to show you right here is a boat that's carved in. This is from the 2nd century BC. So right here, you're starting to see it, but you can really see the definition
In the front.
of the boat here. So from the top of the Acropolis, they could look out and see miles and miles and miles. So anytime a boat came into the area, they could see it coming, and they could prepare for it. Okay, the other parts that we can see from here are from the 11th century and the 15th century. Okay, so these lighter rocks are from the 11th century, and then you can see when they turn into the more tan colored rocks, that is from the 15th century. So you can see here the more ancient steps.
More ancient steps right here, stepping down and up here.
And then these are the steps that were built in the 14th century. That's what we just climbed. That's gonna be terrifying going down.
And the wind is like pushing me.
The wind is whipping up here.
And they said once you get to the top, you can barely stand up.
Once we get through this archway, you may not be able to hear us anymore. I can see the wind whipping out there. We're not kidding about that wind.
Walk me in the morning sun. Tell me I'm a lucky one. I'm riding on the wave.
You definitely got to watch your step because it's very rugged terrain. Elisa's going in. Careful, watch your step. It's very windy. It will blow you away. Blow your Invisalign tray out.
Wow, this is crazy. If you turn facing the wind literally takes your breath away and you can't talk. Wow. They were right. So they said if you walk up and to the left, the wind does get a little better behind the Parthenon. So this was the first built for Athena. Very similar to the Acropolis and the Parthenon in Athens. Look, I can talk without getting blown over. It's weird. It's like it's blocking the wind. Just a little bit. You have this view. Okay.
Oh my.
Oh wow, yeah. This is over the side. Look at the cliffs going straight down. Wow.
big heights, guys. So.
And this is the Bay of St. Paul. This goes all the way across. What a breathtaking view. Hey, kitty, kitty, kitty. Hi, kitty. Hello, kitty. He just crawled right up in my lap. The kitty cat just crawled right up in my lap. Hey, kitty, kitty, kitty. I don't even like cats. Yeah, I don't even like cats, but this one obviously likes me. Oh, that is very epic with the columns behind you, Jason.
I am Zeus.
You are Zeus.
My daughter Athena is the Greek goddess of wisdom. That's my next tattoo, by the way. I'm getting Athena. And
the owl. An olive and the owl.
An olive tree and an owl.
Awesome.
I got an owl already.
Oh, that's right. You do have the owl. So they told us the story of St. Paul. The Apostle Paul, Jesus' disciple, came here and taught the Greeks about Christianity. And up until that point, they worshipped 12 pagan gods, 6 men, 6 women, but they always had an altar for a 13th unknown god. And Apostle Paul came here and taught the Greeks about our one true God, and that their unknown God was the one true God. And at that point, they converted to Christianity, and this bay below us was named for St. Paul. God, the wind just literally took my breath away. Woo! Wow, the sun's going down, so we're getting some amazing sky view. Look at the water. Well, like literally look at the water, what's happening.
The windblown look is in today.
Very, I'm gonna have a lot of fun with my hairbrush later.
Everybody has the same hairdo today. Very windblown.
Now
Okay.
it's time to go down.
Look at this. In the wind. Here we go.
We made it. We survived. That was one heck of a climb, huh?
Yeah. Rocky ain't got nothing on that.
Oh, more stairs. We have lots more stairs to traverse on the way down. Just go nice and slow.
So what'd you think?
I thought it was beautiful. I wish it would have been a little less windy so we could have explored all around.
Yeah.
What's really cool is they're giving us 2 solid hours, so we can spend as much time up here as we want or down in the village. We spent about an hour up here, the climb included, and so we've got about 50 minutes left before we have to be back to the bus. So I like that kind of tour,
Yeah.
where, you know, he brought us up here, he gave us some history so we know what we're coming into, and he's like, go explore, just meet us back at the bus. I like that.
Looks like you got a new little friend. Cats everywhere. If I was a cat, this is where I'd want to live too. I don't blame you, little friend. Hey, buddy. Hello, kitty cat. All right, let's go get us a cup of coffee. Going down into the town and back up the hill.
Yes.
So this is the view on the walk back down from the Acropolis. It's just so stunning. And like Elisa was saying a little while ago, she loves how all the buildings are white. They call them whitewashed. Look at this.
So pretty.
Yeah, this is the Village of Lindos. He said the population is about 9.
I think he said 9,000.
I think he said 9,000 too.
Oh, show that steep drop off the side.
Yeah. Careful, no rails. No rails. And we're coming back down. We saw they have all these little stores and stuff where you can get cold drinks and beer and coffee and whatnot. A little grocery store in here that we just went into.
And this is, I think, the supermarket for the village.
Yeah, this is like the supermarket for the village. They have all kind of snacks, beers, fresh baked breads and pastries, and even produce here in the village on the trail up to the Acropolis. Pretty neat. Uh-oh, Lisa found a little shop she likes. Look at that. The blue and white. The Greek colors. Yeah, looks like they're handmade.
Oh, they're gorgeous.
Yeah, they're handmade, huh?
Absolutely gorgeous. I have to buy my magnets. I love this. Having a little collection from everywhere you go that you can look at every day.
Most definitely.
Okay, I'm gonna get this one, and I think.
So did you get your magnet?
Yes, I got two. One
Cool.
for us and one for our patrons.
Cool.
So,
Yeah, and along the path in the village leading up to the Acropolis are these restaurants. And this is the kind of food that you can get. Shawarma,
unfortunately,
gyros. Unfortunately,
we're here in the off season.
we're in the off season,
And
so they're all
everything's
closed. A bunch of donkeys hanging out over there on the mountainside.
Take a donkey up. Jason found the coffee shop. We have a rainbow. Look at that. It just started raining right when we got back on the bus.
From this angle.
We're walking into the ancient city of Rhodes. This is a medieval walled city. It is still an active city. 4,000 people live and work within these city walls.
Still.
Yes. And so we're taking a quick stroll, a 30-minute walk through the city from one gate to another. He said you cannot explore on your own, you will get lost. He said do not break off from the group, so we're not.
It's like a labyrinth maze. Yeah. It's very confusing, so do not leave the group.
Right.
The coat of arms of a French Grand Master engineer that rebuilt this gate in 1512, and as they usually do, named it after himself. So today we call it Gateway, and it was 1512. One of them.
It's dark in here. And we're here at sunset, so it is getting dark outside. So it's kind of neat walking through here when it's a little, you know, it's not bright out at all. This is the second dry mode. Fact about the location of Rhodes. So he was telling us, and this is flights and distance flights, but you know, in medieval times they were using ships. From Rhodes, you go one direction, and it's the capital of Greece, Athens. You go polar opposite of that, and it's Israel. And then you go the other direction, and you're going to Egypt. So you've got 45-minute flight to Athens, hour flight to Israel, 20-minute flight to Egypt from the island of Rhodes. So this is a very central location of 3 continents. So back in medieval times when you were traveling very slowly, this was a stopping point in between.
Is the biggest building inside the wall. This is the palace of the Grand Masters, the actual headquarters of the Order of the Knights of St. John. The building is huge, 200 rooms. That is good for the simple end. This is also the highest point of the walled city. So as the headquarters, they had a nice clear view of the sea line, incoming, outgoing ships, either friendly or hostile.
So our guide was just telling us that within this city, there is the oldest Jewish synagogue in Greece on this island within this medieval city. Right next to it is an active mosque, and then right next to the mosque is a Christian church. So within this medieval city, every religion is represented.
It's crazy because people live in here, and there's about 4,000 people that live in here, and these roads that we're walking on, cars randomly drive by, or motorcycles, and we just kind of have to
get out of the way.
Get out of the way. But it's interesting, very interesting.
Very.
This is the famous Street of the Knights, where these noblemen lived, ate, slept, drank beyond these walls. What you see here is not just the facade. You open up front doors, you walk through. Beyond these walls, you find courtyards, fountains, gardens, kitchens, quarters. They lived here. The order was divided into what are known as the linguistic groups or tongues, a pan-European order. English, French, German, Spanish, Italian, Provence, Auvergne, the linguistic groups. Each tongue had its own inn or lodge. The inns are still in use as we speak today. Because of the condition of this city, you've seen the condition it's in, right? Its size, its historic greatness, we've had many first-rate films Hollywood filmed here. The first of which we filmed here in 1961, a long time ago, but an all-time classic was The Guns of Navarone, filmed on this Island of Rhodes. Has anyone in the group seen The Guns of Navarone? Or raise their hands, have you seen it? Not too many, no? Yeah, you have. Anthony Quinn, David Niven, Gregory Peck, Irene Pappas, a Greek actress. She's still alive. She's 94, she's still alive, as beautiful as ever. This is the Hospital of the Order of the Knights of St. John. Our present-day archaeological museum. The building dates back to the mid-1440s, has not been converted into a museum. Instead of having beds, linen patients, we have statues in there. Ancient Greek artifacts, pottery points, exactly as was. So we're talking main wards, refectories, courtyards, exactly as was. When they functioned back then as hospitals, their doors opened to all those in need. Not only medical attention, but warm soup, warm bed, dry roof. Because the doors open to all in need, ever since do we have the origin or the root of the word hospitality, hospice, so on and so forth. You see? There are 219 streets inside these walls, all with names. And this part is called the Kalakium, which is the noble part of the city. The rest, the bigger part, the chunk of it, is a residential, And they're narrow alleys, very narrow. And they're narrow for two good reasons. First, both have to do with the sun. The only time when the sun beats down on these little alleys is when? 12 noon, midday. Before and after, you have shade. They're kept cool during the summer. And second, if the walls are breached and the invading forces enter, they also cannot see the sun. No sense of direction, north, south, east, or west. They didn't all have compass in hand back then. Only very few had a compass in hand. So if you put all that together, you're on foot, not on horseback. You have no sense of direction, north, south, east, west. And all the street signs back then were covered with line. So you have no reference, I'm here, you're there. And if you put all that together, this way the invading forces are now vulnerable to the defensive forces. Nothing was left to chance at all.
So you're saying that the reason for these cobbles is so if they couldn't bring horses in. If horses hooves hit these cobbles, they would lose traction and fall. So invaders had to come on foot. Just to give you perspective on the height of these walls.
Right? Like, oh no, one building.
So our quick stroll is over and we are heading back towards the bus. This is definitely a spot you could come and spend a whole day just exploring, not just 30 minutes. That was very quick, but very cool.